Merry meet everybody. This is Poe Moonstone and you're watching Witches of the Moon. This week on the channel we are discussing herbs and kind of what they mean to us. There are a lot of uses for herbs. I mean, endless possibilities really if you think about it. But I do have to kind of post a disclaimer. I am not very knowledgeable on this subject. I'm just starting to get familiar and intimate with herbs and their uses and that sort of thing. So this may be a relatively general and brief video. But anyway, from what I understand, the reason that we use herbs in magical working and that sort of thing is because, like crystals and things of that nature, herbs have energy. They have a magical property. Energy is what I like to call it, though. Each herb represents a different type of energy, and therefore there are different uses for each and every single type of herb. The way that you can use them, at least in my experience and how I've used them in the past, is I've used them in witches' bottles, I've used them in oils, I've used them in candle magic, I've used them as incense blends, loose incense. Another aspect of herbs that doesn't get talked about too terribly often is using them for honoring deity. I like to use my herbs, especially, and I'll show you, sorry, my finger's in the shot. I like to use rose petals for like offerings and things to honor deity. I feel like it's just very appropriate. It brings harmony to my home and you know, it just shows overall just my honoring them and sending my love and blessings and well wishes to the deities that I follow. So I like to use them a lot in offering. I feel like they are excellent to use, especially when you can't put out food or drink. I think that herbs are perfect for that sort of thing. But like I said, sorry, I'm wiggling around a lot. I like to use them in candle magic. I anoint my candles for whatever intent, and then I use the herbs that correspond to my intent, and I just kind of roll the candle itself in the herbs. So that's usually how I go about it as far as using them for candle magic. But like I said, you can use them for incense and oils, and also cleansing baths are really great to use herbs in. I feel like rosemary, sage, lavender, rose petals, chamomile, I feel like those are all really excellent as far as uses for like, you know, energy cleansing baths and that sort of thing. I feel like those are really great. Not only that, but herbs are great to use in teas and tinctures. I have made my own herbal tea blends using some of the herbs that I have set up here. But really, I guess what it comes down to for me, and what they mean to me, kind of their importance to me in my practice, is they add a little bit something extra. Because like I said in the beginning, herbs are, that they come from plants. Plants have energy, and therefore that energy can be utilized in your magical working, depending on what your intent is. And like I said, I'm not totally familiar with all of the correspondences as far as the herbs are concerned, because I am very, very new to this. I have just recently kind of gotten into the inner workings of herbs and their purposes. But I know I use, well, I'll show you some of the stuff I use. This is catnip. I use this to, I use this as an offering mostly, but I also use it in witches' bottles for my cats for protection and well-being, and Just that, you know, maintaining healthy stimulation for my cats because catnip is known for that. But I do use this also in prosperity and healing spell work. But catnip is a big one, but I also use it as an offering to the goddess Bast or Bastet. She really seems to like her catnip, and I can't really put out like milk or anything like that because my cats would be all over it. So catnip is great, even though they are kind of all over that too, but you know, it works. The next one I use is chamomile. Chamomile is great for soothing. It's good for calming energies. It's, to me anyway, it's good for self-love. It's good for cleansing. I just feel like chamomile is really great for that kind of thing. I use this a lot in teas. My husband in particular. Oh, and this is really great for like dream work. If you're looking to like experiment with prophetic dreams or lucid dreaming or that sort of thing, from what I understand, this is good stuff to use. I use this for my husband. My husband loves the tea that I make for him with the chamomile flowers because he works kind of weird hours, and when he does a 24-hour shift, gets up and then has to go to bed a couple hours later, this stuff is really great for that. This is just a 9-wood blend, sacred 9-wood blend that I use for Beltane and Samhain. I usually use this as like an incense. I put it on a charcoal disc and burn it that way. And then of course my rose petals. I have my rose petals here. I use these for just about everything. I use them in oils, I use them in offerings, I use them in cleansing baths, I use them in candle magic. I feel like rose petals are kind of the all-around thing to use. I feel like their purpose is vast, so I use these quite often. You can also use these in potpourris also, which is really kind of cool. Hibiscus flowers, it's good for well-being. I hear that it is also good for intuitive insight, that sort of thing. And if you make it in a tea with apple juice, it is amazing. It is so good. So I like the hibiscus flowers. And, you know, hibiscus is also good for love and that kind of thing because rose petals aren't the only thing that's good for that. Here I have valerian root. This is really good for calming as well as I believe it's good for pain relief, so healing stuff. It's got healing properties. But not only that, it's also another good one for dream work because this stuff will put you out. I haven't used the herb yet, just in this form, but I do have valerian root pills and they knock you out like no other. And they're natural, so it's kind of nice. And then here I have mint. Mint is, I use this mainly for prosperity because it's just kind of the all-around herb for prosperity. So yeah, mint, and it smells awesome, so it's nice to use. I'll also, when I make because I make a goddess herbal blend tea, I like to put the mint in there because it just makes it taste so good. But yeah, so those are just some of the herbs. I have a very, very small collection right now. This isn't all of it, but this is the majority of it. I used up all of my lavender. I harvested lavender this summer and I used it all. So I don't have any more of it. But yeah, so that's kind of, you know, my take on the herbs. I feel like they add extra power and extra punch to any ritual works, spells, offerings, honorings, that sort of deal. So yeah, that's my video. I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys all have a wonderful weekend. From what I understand, just a little note at the end here, from what I understand, we are looking for sub-hosts for next season. So if you're interested, there will be a video coming out. Amethyst Moon is going to be putting out a video letting everybody know, and I believe you're supposed to leave video responses to that video, so keep an eye out for that. It's coming soon. And please feel free to post your video responses. And have a blessed weekend. Thanks, guys.